All right. At the altitude, this is, are you at the right level? Um, BJ, I'll let you take this one if you want to.
Yeah, so every position that you interview for, particularly when you are going up or down. So this becomes one of the biggest challenges when, say, you've been at a smaller company and you held a VP or director, had a product role, and you had a high degree of strategic ownership, and then you're trying to move up in company size and you're accepting a smaller role that's going to pay you more. Well, in that case, you have to shift your narrative down. They want to see some of the technical pieces. You have to communicate in a way that you drove the impact, even if your team did a lot of the work. And so you want to be really thoughtful about how you communicate that. And specifically, like I said, you own the piece. And the one piece that I constantly find myself communicating to the different people I coach is that the most important piece for you to own is the strategy piece in your delivery. So when you're telling your story and you're talking about the strategy, it's not we built a strategy, you owned it, you're the product manager, you have that piece. If you are a people leader, it is also okay to say, I worked with the team or I tasked the team to do the execution piece. On the other side, let's say that you are entry level and you want to break into that senior PM role. You need to make sure that you're communicating the metrics and outcomes that would be consistent with driving that kind of impact. And so, like Will talked about earlier, if you're just simply talking about the features that you built or the team improvements or velocity or the agile methods that you help drive, but you're not pointing or rolling that up to the outcomes, that's going to be a problem. And so, as you move up in your title and the level, your metrics should be closer and closer to specific dollar outcomes. There are some exceptions to this, but broadly, this would be true. And so, lower entry level PMs might focus more on specific things like NPS or CSAT. But as you move up, if I'm talking to a VP, I'm absolutely expecting that they had clear dollar impact. They were driving EBITDA for their company or whatever financial measurement that they have.
Awesome. Yeah, I think this is a big one that people struggle with because of the tactical element that feels comfortable and concrete. And so this is an area that I think AI will do a pretty decent job. When I've run through it, I've found that it has done a decent job of pulling this out. I do think that some of the nuances, particularly when you are moving up a level, it's harder for it to help you figure out how to dig into your background and stories and then recast that from the appropriate altitude. So take it with a grain of salt, but it's worth pulling out because of the things that it can find can be really helpful. But some of you might want to work with peers, work with coach, someone to help you with that if you're struggling with that particular area. So um, the focus list. This is